to Season 2, Episode 24 of Pro Wrestling's Top 50. I'm your host, Travis McNeil, and today we continue our countdown of the top 50 matches in Impact Wrestling history with match number 27 on our list, which is the TNA X Division Championship Ultimate X match between the champion Chris Sabin and the challengers Frankie, Kazarian, and Michael Shane from the August 20th, 2003 edition of NWA-TNA. The three of these guys had been engaged in a three-way feud over the X Division Championship. Frankie Kazarian and Michael Shane had a very good ladder match the week previous to this. Chris Sabin interfered, stole the contract for the number one contendership to his title, basically saying that neither of these guys were worthy of a title shot. That led to Don Callis being the mastermind behind the Ultimate X match and then announcing it on that week's broadcast. And if you weren't a fan at the time, you really can't grasp what the hype was like going into this match during the 1 week, build for the match type since it was announced. I remember there being really mixed feelings on excitement and thinking that this match was going to be the biggest disaster of all time. All that we saw prior to August 20th, 03 was a drawing, basically, of these high wires crossing above the ring with the X Division title hanging from the middle, connected by these trusses, and it basically looked like guys were going to have to shimmy across like monkey bars, which is exactly what the Ultimate X match was. But I think a lot of us either thought this is going to be the coolest match ever. It's a new take on the ladder match. It's innovative. It's cool. It's going to be dangerous. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then there was a bunch of us that also thought there's no way that this match could work. So going into August 20th, I remember people that had never ordered a TNA weekly pay-per-view at that point being like, you know what? I think I'm going to spend the $10 and order just to see how this goes. And the buzz for it was really, really cool. This match is innovative, for lack of a better term. At this point in 2003, the ladder match was starting to become a little bit passé. It obviously, Shawn and Razor did their thing. ECW had, done it a couple times with the Stairway to Hell. It was really the Hardy Boys and Edge and Christian match from No Mercy 99 that kind of revitalized it in the tag team realm. The TLC matches and the triple ladder match at WrestleMania 2000, of course, did its own thing. But in between, those early TLC matches and up until really Money in the Bank becoming a thing in 2005, I think most of us had seen the ladder match kind of run its course. So Ultimate X came and it blew us all the way. It wasn't perfect. I wouldn't say it's the best Ultimate X match of all time. However, just the historical impact it had makes it more than worthy inclusion on this list. And shockingly, the match really holds up well too. They do an excellent job at the start of basically just playing off of we don't know what this is going to look like. So they do a bunch of really good early teases of guys trying to climb the cables and getting cut off. And it leads to really the first big climbing spot where Frankie Kazarian has Chris Sabin hooked for his Back to the Future move, which is like a Ocean Cyclone suplex. Michael Shane is trying to shimmy across the ropes, and he turns it into just a super ugly Hurricane Rana off the cables, to Sabin off of Kazarian's shoulders. And again, it wasn't perfect, but it was set up in a very legitimate way. If Kazarian was going for a move that he normally does, Shane saw the opportunity and took it. They do a great spot where Chris Sabin hits a springboard drop kick and it knocks both guys off the cable. Sabin was the heel in this feud, so he goes and he grabs a steel chair to try to incapacitate his opponents to allow him to climb, because up until that point they establish you can't really make much headway because there's three guys, you're getting cut off. So he takes him out with the chair. Michael Shane has a pretty big blade job off of it. It looked great, lots of blood and gore. Sabin hits it basically like a catatonic. He used to do that move over his knee. I think he called it like the Sabinizer or something along those lines. But he does it to Kazarian through the chair. It looks like Chris Sabin's got the match underway. Michael Shane cuts him off with the chair shot. And what happens? The belt falls. And I remember at the time watching this match live as it happened and I thought, oh my God, this is the most embarrassing thing that I've ever seen. This probably has the most eyes on it of any TNA weekly pay-per-view ever. You know, as a TNA fan, I wanted the promotion to succeed. And you know, it was laugh worthy. It was, you know, laugh out loud TNA is an expression for a reason, right? That said, watching it in 2021, it is not nearly as bad as I remembered. To the credit of all three guys, they do a fantastic job. They all brawl and kind of take the attention off of the belt having to be rehung. I remember when I watched this match live, it felt like it was an eternity for them to get the belt back up there. It really wasn't. It was maybe a minute tops. And like I said, the other guys, you know, they smartly, you know, filled the time well to try to distract you. And that's a testament to them. The real big spot in this match, there's two. One is Chris Sabin hitting a powerbomb to Michael Shane down off the wires. Again, a great spot. Both of them are shimmying across. Michael Shane hit the Hurricane Rana that worked earlier. He tried it again. Sabin catches him, lets go of the ropes, and they just fall to the mat in a powerbomb. It looked great. And Frankie Kazarian hits a big-time spear while Sabin is hanging from the wires. Again, it looked great. He initially tried to do it as a springboard and he slipped a little bit, but he recovered and hit it off the top rope. It was fine. But what happens? The title belt falls again. And again, I remember in 2003 being like, oh my God, this match is a disaster. But again, watching it back now, all three guys are left to sell at that point. They got the belt up even quicker than the first time, and it really put over the impact of the move. Thankfully, you know, TNA would figure this out for subsequent Ultimate X matches, and we would never really have to worry about that belt falling again. Thank goodness. They do a really, really cool finish here where all the guys are trying to go, and Michael Shane takes a bump off the truss. So he's climbing the truss instead of, you know, the top rope to get to the cables. He bumps off of it, takes him out of the match, and it leads to Sabin and Kazarian. They're coming across. They do a great double down where they both kick each other and fall off the wires. They go back up. The drama's at a fever pitch. The crowd is hot. Kazarian kicks Sabin off. It looks like Frankie Kazarian is finally going to capture the X Division title. And out of nowhere, from off camera, Michael Shane, who you'd forgotten about at this point, scoots across the cables super quick, steals the belt right out of Kazarian's grasp, and becomes the new TNA X Division champion in a fantastic finish. This match is so much fun. Like I said, it is so innovative. I do feel TNA, you know, like I mentioned in the King of the Mountain videos, they would really run Ultimate X into the ground. They would do it, you know, multiple times a year, and it really lost its appeal. Thankfully, they've really cooled their jets on it. We haven't seen it in a couple of years now, and I feel like when it does eventually make its return, it's going to seem like a bigger deal. They have a lot of good guys on the X Division roster right now that I think could do some cool stuff with it. It eventually became, you know, you'd get the same spots over and over, and it became kind of passé. But this match is the OG. It set the standard. It is so much fun. You can watch it on Impact Plus, of course. You can subscribe to my channel here on YouTube. Follow on Instagram and Twitter at Wrestling50. And please join me again tomorrow as we continue to count down Pro Wrestling's Top 50.